George?
Yes, Dad?
Look, I was dribbling in the garden and I accidentally kicked the ball over your mum's precious and much-loved Euphorbias.
She must be really angry, Dad. Is she in a lot of pain?
What?
Are you talking about her bosoms, Dad?
No, George! Euphorbias, they're flowers.
Oh, they're nice. Those really big green ones. Really nice. She can't be happy with you, Dad, because her euphorbias are really nice.
Right, yes, well, they were, George. Of course, now, you're normally the one playing football in the garden, George, and I just wondered...
You want me to tell Mum that I flattened her euphorbias and not you?
Would you? That's very kind, George.
I would, Dad.
But
you're always telling me to tell the truth, Dad, and that wouldn't be telling the truth, would it?
Absolutely, George. Good Lord, how right you are. Where are you going, George?
I'm going to tell Mum you flattened her euphorbias, Dad.
What, now?
The sooner the better, I think. I'll tell her now, Dad, before she gets one of her sweaty moments. Don't you think?
Good thinking. It's all about timing, George. You're absolutely right.
I'm sure it'll be fine, Dad, but you can hide in my bedroom if you want.
Great. Yeah. Righto. Thanks, George.
What a pile of...
Don't say it, George.
Gerbils. What a load of...
Don't say it, George.
Rubbish. I think he's full of...
I don't know who you're referring to, but don't say, George.
Pancakes.
Pancakes?
Yes, Dad, pancakes. He's full of pancakes. When is Grove Wednesday, Dad?
You mean Shrove Tuesday, and it's been and gone.
What does that mean? We can't have any pancakes until next...
Shrove Tuesday.
Shrove Tuesday.
I'm afraid so, George.
That's a bit boring, Dad. What a pile of...
Don't say it, George.
Rotten eggs.
Indeed, rotten eggs.
It's a real pain in the...
Don't say it, George.
Pain in the armpit, Dad. I'd really like a pancake. I really would, Dad.
Well, perhaps I'll do one for you tomorrow.
What about tonight, Dad?
You can be a real pain in the...
Don't say it, Dad.
Armpit, George. Armpit.
I know, Dad. I suppose being a pain in the armpit is better than being a pain in the...
Don't say it, George. Don't say it, George. George.
Dad.
Yes?
Mum has made you a list of things she wants you to do.
Oh, really? Let's have a look. Well, I guess it's good that we're all keeping busy, sharing chores.
She'd like you to vacuum the hall and the landing, clean the fridge, the washing machine, and iron what's in the basket.
Right.
She'd like you to dust all lampshades, clean the windows, and defrost the mincemeat for tonight.
Right. And where is your mum?
In the garden, Dad.
What, repotting and trimming the hedge?
No, she's just changed into a bikini, smothered herself with Factor 20, and is sleeping on the sun lounger.
Right, I see. Well, perhaps you'd like to help me, George. Yeah, right. Well, how about it? Where are you off to? George, come back! I need some help! George!
How long are we going to be in isolation, Dad?
That's a really good question, George.
And what's the answer?
No one knows.
You don't know, Dad?
No one does, George.
Why do we always get dressed, Dad, even though we never go out?
Another good question, George.
And what's the answer?
Perhaps it's due to habit, George.
Why don't we just stay in our gym jams?
We can't stay in our gym jams forever, George.
So you think we'll be isolating forever, Dad?
No, I mean...
You said forever, Dad.
Turn a phrase, George. Turn a phrase. I didn't mean forever, per se. I meant to say it's good to change out of your gym jams.
Perhaps we should always just wear gym jams whilst we're in isolation, Dad, and cut down on the laundry. What about that idea?
Well, it's an idea, George.
When will I go back to school, Dad?
Well,
You don't know, do you, Dad?
nobody knows, George.
Will it be soon?
Soonish.
But you don't know when.
No.
Why don't we grow our own vegetables, Dad?
That's a good question, George.
And what's the answer?
I'll talk to your mum about it.
She thinks it's a good idea.
Oh, well then, yes.
I think we should grow cabbages, lettuces, cucumbers, beetroots, sprouts for Christmas, and I think we should get a cow
A cow?
for milk.
Ah,
We could get some sheep and some chickens for the eggs.
right.
We could buy some ducks and some pigs.
Have you asked your mum if this is okay?
She said to talk to you about the pigs.
Right, well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we start with some cabbages and we'll think about farm animals in a bit. Don't forget we only have room in our garden for 2 deck chairs and a small table, George.
Okay, Dad.
Right.
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Me and My Dad is an open fridge production produced by Alex Castle and Mungo Pierce. Music is by Michael Ball. All sketches written and performed by Thomas Kett.